Hello. Okay, welcome everybody to Facebook Friday. I am so happy you're here today. My name is Anne Marie Heil. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas, and you can find me over on my blog at stampinan.com. So I want to start out with a couple quick housekeeping things today, just to let you know we are going to make a fun card. We're going to talk about texture today, y'all. And we're going to make a fun and easy card using Sweet Citrus. So I'm going to introduce you to this bundle. If you don't have it yet, I think it is a must-have. Yeah, I'm going to do some prizes from last week, and I'm going to share a little bit of housekeeping here as we go. So a couple quick things. As you're watching this video, if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, either on Facebook or YouTube, please say hi. Let me know where you're visiting from. I love to connect with you. And also, if you're not signed up for my email list, I'm going to pop that link in the comments here on Facebook. On YouTube, that link will be found in the description of the video. And I would love to have you join my email list. Not a mailing list, it's an email list. And that's my best way to keep in touch with you. Lets you know when my upcoming classes, events. I even share free project sheets for creative inspiration as well, and then upcoming news about Stampin' Up! As well. So I popped that link in the comments. If you're not already on my email list, I welcome you to sign up. My emails go out every Saturday. So the project that we make today, I will send out a project sheet for that card tomorrow. And it will, you'll have measurements and a full supply list. The video is going to serve as the tutorial. So it'll link back to the video as well. And then when I send out my email tomorrow, it will give you the project list for today's project that we make with Sweet Citrus. And you'll also get a second project as a bonus. I will send you the one we made last week as well. So if you didn't watch last week's video, we made this fun set with a thanks a bunch with a cute little carrot set. So the project sheet for that will go in tomorrow's. Now, just for dates, because if you're watching this video later on. So again, that email is going to go out tomorrow, March 4th, 2023. It will have today's project sheet and last week's project sheet. Next week, on Saturday, the project sheet will have what we make on Facebook Friday next week and the Sweet Citrus. So just so you know, so if you sign up for the email list, my email list, and you're not watching this video in March, just know that you won't get the project sheet for this video if you sign up out of that date range, but you will get a project sheet. So to make sure you don't miss any of those, definitely just sign up. I'm not a spammy emailer. I send one message a week unless something is going on that's super exciting. But for the most part, it's one email a week and it's got some creative inspiration in it. So what do you have to lose, right? Okay, so I'd love to have you join me. Hi, Carol from Connecticut. Welcome. Okay. So we're going to create with Sweet Citrus. Also want to share in the description of the video on YouTube or here on Facebook, there's links to all my social media, including my online store if you need to purchase any Stampin' Up! Product. My current host code is listed here. It's also listed in the description of the video on Facebook. On YouTube, I don't list it over there because the video, since the host code is kind of time sensitive, so I don't put it in the description on YouTube, but my link to shop in my online store is over there too. And you can always find everything at stampinan.com. So let's go ahead, give away some prizes for last week. So I showed you what we made last week. We made the Thanks a Bunch card, and this card was super cute with the little carrots. And what I do is for everybody who shares the video, I put your name into a drawing for the card that I make. So whether you share on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, as long as you share between now and the next time I go live, you'll be entered into that drawing. So just leave me a comment and let me know that. And thank you. I see some folks are sharing. I appreciate that. So thank you. So for sharing the video last week, this little card, I'll show you the inside too in case you missed that. But so this little card is going to our sharer from last week, and that was Linda Ashcroft. Linda, congratulations. I'd love to send you some happy mail. Linda, I don't have your mailing address. I have such a hard time saying that. So Linda, if you would like to drop me an email at annmarieheil@gmail.com, or you can message me here on the Stampin' Ann page. And if you'd like to send me your address, I will pop this in the mail to you. I love to send happy mail. It's just my way of saying thank you for watching and sharing. So I'd love to send you a cute card that you can enjoy, or you can send off to someone that you love too. My second card was another card that I made, and this one is just a little bit different version. I decided we're going to keep with the carrots theme. For everyone who left a comment, I put your names into a drawing, and the winner will get this card. I think the inside is the same, just a little bit different color combo. And the winner for commenting, Mary Russum. Is it Rusum or Russum? I hope I'm saying one of those correctly, Mary, but congratulations. Thank you for commenting and interacting on the video. Now, Linda and Mary, I don't have either of your addresses, so if you wouldn't mind sending that to me, I will get these in an envelope, pop a stamp on them, and they'll be headed your way. Okay, so congratulations, you guys. I'd love to send happy mail, and I'll try to go back to the other video and tag you as well, or leave a comment and let you know. But I don't private message and all of that, just because I do realize some people might not want the card. So, and that's totally fine. So I don't want to hound you for it, but I do. If hopefully you're watching the video this week and you'll get to see that you won. And then yeah, I'll try and tag you if I can find your comment and all of that good stuff. But just wanted to throw that out there. And I do hold prizes until the next time I go Facebook Live. So unfortunately, I had someone reach out to me who won a card and reached out to me like 4 months later and said, oh, I wanted to know if I could get that card. And I said, first of all, I don't even remember which one it was. And secondly, it was long gone. I had sent it out to somebody else. So that's how long I keep prizes. So just an FYI. And if you don't want me to mail it to you, that's totally fine too. I completely understand. But I just love to send happy mail. That's why we make cards, right? All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mary Alice, for sharing. Hi, Amy. Congratulations to the winners. All right. So next up, I want to talk to you guys. I know we talked about Sweet Citrus. This is the bundle that I'm going to be using for my monthly club. So if you guys have not checked out Cultivated Creativity, it is my monthly club. So if you want to have a beautifully curated box of products mailed to your doorstep every month, or you can make some beautiful projects, that's what this club is about. So there's a link in the description of the video, so you can check that out. And I also posted on the Stampin' Ann Facebook page today a sneak peek photo of this month's kit, and also a link as well. I would love to have you sign up. Now, it's a monthly club, so just to throw it out there, you can sign up for 1 month. You can sign up for multiple months. You go ahead and you set everything up as a subscription. And if you decide you want to skip a month, or you just maybe want to do 1 month to try it out, you can do that. You set up your payment profile once your payment is made. If you could wait and see what we are going to do next month before you decide to cancel. But as long as you cancel before the next payment runs the next month, you're totally fine. There's no commitment. So you can stay as little or as long as you'd like. I'd love for you to check it out. I just sent out the kits from last month that were using Regency Park. I don't believe anybody probably has received them. I think some of them are due to arrive tomorrow to some of my subscribers. And I'm so excited for you guys to open them, because I put a lot of love in that envelope for y'all, and I hope you love them. So, and if you are someone who has received my club kit before and would love to leave a comment and let people know how awesome it is, I would love that. I just absolutely love this club. It's growing into something really cool, and I love putting these envelopes together and giving you guys creative inspiration. So what you will get is you will get 5 projects in the club kit. So this month, for example, we're using the Sweet Citrus bundle, so you have to have that. So if you don't have it, you can either purchase it from me, and if you do purchase it with me when you set up your club, I can order it for you and it'll ship with your kit, and I cover tax and shipping on that if you do it that way. So just an FYI. So if you don't, or you can always buy it for yourself, and then you can just get the club kit. But you will get 5 projects in the club kit. It's 4 cards, one non-card. So it could be a box, it could be a fun, not a fun fold, but some kind of treat container of some sort. We always try and keep it fun. But so it'll be 5 projects. And then also you will get $20, a minimum of $20 of consumable supplies. So you might get paper, ribbon, gems. Last month, for example, it was a half pack of paper, a quarter sheet of like a textured shimmer paper in 3 different colors, half roll of ribbon, a full pack of embellishments, and then I always throw in some extra goodies for you guys too. So it's tons of fun. I would love to have you join. Registration is open for Sweet Citrus through the 20th. Once the period closes and all the payments have run, I order the supplies, and then I get your kits prepped, and they mail out no later than the 1st of the month. So I'm going to do, well, I'm going to do a flyby of just 2 projects. I'm going to show this more in detail later on, but this is an example of 2 of the cards that we're going to be making this month. I have to finish one of them, but I don't want to show all of it right now, but I would love to have you guys join. And I see, Mariella says her club kits are fantastic. And Shirley says it's awesome. You'll be so happy you joined. I can't wait for you to get your pack too. I hope you guys love it. And you guys always give me like the best feedback. So, and if anything ever is wrong when your kit comes, just reach out to me and I will get that taken care of for you. But hopefully they, so far, knock on wood, they've all made it there safely. So that is Sweet Citrus. That's my club. It's $39 a month US. Like I said, you get a minimum of $20 of consumable product, tons of creative inspiration. There's a full PDF tutorial that breaks everything down for you to make it easy. We put lots of pictures in there and all that good stuff. And if there's something in there that needs a video or something that's a little bit more kind of fussy, we'll put a video link in there too. But I think we do pretty good with getting the description in there for now. And we just kind of finalized what we're going to do for next month. So, well, almost finalized. I'm not going to break the news on that yet. We do that a little bit. When this kit ships out on the 1st, we'll then go ahead and you'll know what the kit is for next month. So you have plenty of time to decide before your payment runs through. So anywho, that's my deal about cultivated creativity. Since we're using Sweet Citrus for cultivated creativity, the card we're going to make today is actually our bonus project. So you will get this bonus tutorial as well with your kit this month. And there's a couple different versions of it, and we're going to do one of them today. So, what we're going to do today is talk about texture. We have some new embossing folders that just launched. And they are online exclusives. So you can only get these in the online store. They're not in any catalog, but these just launched. I'm going to move them up. Let me turn this light on. Oh, now you're going to get a glare. Anywho, I just realized I always forget to turn that light back on. These are the Basics 3D embossing folders. Now, this is a pack of 3 embossing folders. I don't know if you can see them better or worse out of the package, but there is a polka dot, which I am all about. This little crosshatch pattern, and then one that's kind of floral. Now, these are online exclusives. They're available in the Stampin' Up! Online store. So you can click that link that's in the description and check those out. A lot of product launched in the online exclusives. But what I love about these is they're, just like their name says, Basics 3D embossing folders. These, I have, ever since I received them, they're the only embossing folders I've been using. I love them. They're just so basic and perfect for every card. And I love adding some texture in the background. So we're going to start out, where are my supplies? Here they are. We're going to start out locating our cut card stock because that's half the battle. Hello. Darlene. Darlene says you get 3. Yes, you get 3. This is like an embossing folder mega pack. So there's all 3 of them are in there. Sorry, you're getting my reflection and that reflection and that reflection. There's lights everywhere. So this, I think, is definitely worth the investment. And they became available to order on March 1st. So they are in the online store right now. So yay. We're going to use the crosshatch pattern today. So also in the club this month, these are used, so you will get some, we'll do the embossing actually for you when we send out the kits. Because all we really are asking you to have is the bundle and then inks and adhesive. Because we can't do any stamped images. But everything else, if there's other things that need to be die cut other than what's in the Sweet Citrus bundle, all that's done. So there's a couple embossing pieces that are going to come in the kits this month too. Okay, so we're going to use the crosshatch pattern. I didn't emboss it. I guess it's a good thing I brought my machine over. I guess we'll take that out. I thought I embossed this ahead of time, but I didn't. That's okay. All right, so we're going to use this crosshatch pattern. Now, we're going to make a card today. This is a card we're going to make that's really fun. I'm going to show you how to use the Sweet Citrus bundle because it is a hybrid embossing folder, which is totally cool. So hopefully share some tips with that. And then also how we pop some texture throughout the card just to give it some fun. Okay, so this is a card we're going to make. And then I have an alternate color palette to show you at the end, just to show you how just simply shifting up some colors makes a big difference. Now, the paper that I'm using on here is the Dandy Designs paper. This is a celebration paper. Unfortunately, this paper is no longer available, but I know we just came out of celebration and I know a lot of people have it. This is the paper that we are including as part of the club kit this month. So if you didn't have a chance to get it, it will come with club. And yeah, so if you don't have this paper and you want some, that's another reason to want to sign up for it too. But I love this paper. I honestly think it's one of the best papers ever. It's so versatile. And I know even though it's not available, don't shoot the messenger. We're a couple days, it's like 3 days out of celebration, guys. So so we're going with what we're going with today. So I don't know what you guys think. I love this. I guess it could be a pink lemon or a grapefruit. I don't know. I know there's all kinds of hybrid fruits. I guess this is maybe closer to a pink lemon. So this is a card we're going to make. So let's do it. So I'm going to do Balmy Blue as my card base. Balmy Blue that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let's go ahead and use our bone folder now and get that score line burnished. And then I have another layer of Balmy Blue here that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to emboss that. I'm not going to bring my big cut emboss machine on the desk. I have the little one for some little die cutting, but the big one, I'm going to do it off camera because it's just very clunky and it's a lot and it shakes the desk. So I'll be right back. How's everyone's Friday out there? Anybody got anything exciting planned for the weekend? For those of you guys who have visited me before, you know we have a foster puppy. She has a meet and greet this weekend, guys, so she might be going to her forever home. So they live about 45 minutes away, so we're going to meet up this weekend and see if it's a match. So Lily might be going home this weekend, which is kind of bittersweet for me because we really love her, but we know that her home is not here. So we are her temporary stop until she finds her forever home. So fingers crossed for her, Darlene says. I know I'm kind of being selfish because I want her to go to her forever home, but I'm really going to miss her. So anywho, okay. So this is really cool texture on its own. Sorry, my dry hands are a mess, guys. I've been cutting a lot of paper for the past 2 weeks. So this is the crosshatch. It's just real subtle and I love it. If you guys remember or have used Stampin' Up for a while, there used to be embossing folder. I think it was Subtle. I think it was just called Subtle. And it reminds me so much of this one. And I am so happy we kind of have a replacement. So now this texture is great on its own. But what I love about these 3D is you can actually add a little bit more color. So I'm going to use my Balmy Blue and a sponge dauber. Sponge daubers are great because they're a great way to add a little bit of color to your projects. And you just use your finger. Your finger is the only tool you need. You just pop it on the end of your finger and look at you. You're a coloring queen. Or king, I guess. But see how it's just kind of pronouncing the embossing? And you can use as much or as little ink as you want to, but I'm not doing a really heavy push on this because I'm just gently dragging the dauber. Oh, that's a little heavy, but we're going to cover that up. It's okay. Test this out on a little test paper until you get used to the pressure. Amanda, I knew if Amanda was here, she was going to chime in. Amanda and I have had numerous conversations about that subtle embossing folder, and we're still not over it, I don't think, but this is a good replacement. Okay, I'm not really doing a good job on this. I'm pushing down a little hard, you guys. But that's okay, because this area of concern in the middle here is going to be covered. So I am just going to kind of go around the edges. And once you get a feel for how this feels when you do it, you'll kind of get a feel on how much ink to put down. I like to put a little scrap paper behind it, tend to go a little heavier around the edges. And I know that looks kind of crazy right there. Trust me, it'll be fine in a minute. It's like it never happened. Okay, so this one, actually, let me just make sure that covers it up and I don't have to redo it. Yes, it will, except I want a little more ink in this corner. Anybody else feeling that? Just going to make it a little more pronounced in that corner to kind of match the other corner, because it came in hot on that one. So we just want to kind of balance it out a little bit. I probably could even put a little more there. Got a little overzealous when I first started putting ink down. So this is just kind of fun. See how it just gives it a little bit more of a pop. And I know it looks a little messy right now, but when the card comes together, it adds cool texture. So, okay. We're going to glue this layer on. And I love same color on same color card base. I just think it's kind of cool because it adds a layer of texture, but it keeps the inside of your card smooth. I don't know. Some people like to run the embossing folder through and have it textured on the inside. It's just a me thing. I like to have it nice and clean on the inside. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull this closer to me because I honestly can't see with the lights today. The light is giving me a weird glare and I want to make sure this is even. Okay, so we've got that layer on there. And now I have two pieces of this paper. And hold the phone. I'm going to give you the measurements. So they are 4 1/4 inches long. This one is 1 1/4 inches by 4 1/4, and this is 3/4 by 4 1/4. So they're going to be the length of the card. So they're going to be longer than this middle base. And you know what? I'm going to ask you guys a question, because when I was creating the color palette I'm going to show you at the end is the first color palette. When I was creating this alternate color palette with this paper and these colors, I was torn between, let me show you. I was torn between soft seafoam or basic white for this rectangle layer. What do you like better? I'm going to give you guys a chance. I may or may not go with what you say. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what you think. But so this could be basic white here, or it could, I use soft seafoam. I thought the soft seafoam gave a little bit of contrast. I originally started with basic white, but I just kind of felt like it was a little too white. So I went with soft seafoam. This green in the paper is shaded spruce, but it's not really shaded spruce. It's like a lighter version of it. So it's a little lighter than darker shaded spruce. So it was kind of weird because the green, I don't really have a green that matched that wasn't too dark. So, Carol says definitely soft seafoam. Okay. So my gut maybe was right. What else do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Just chime in if you like. And if you don't want to type out soft seafoam, you can just type in like foam. That's fine too. I need a sip of my drink. All right. Okay. See, Amanda likes the white. You know what I'm going to do? Because I cut both, you guys, and I actually already have the card made. Let's do one in white. How does that sound? And then we'll put them side by side, and you can see the comparison. How's that sound? Carrie likes seafoam too. Okay, I'm going to do it in white just because you know what? I think it's always fun to see the difference, don't you? So that's what we're going to do. Oh, let me stamp it first. I have to stamp it before I adhere it. I'm going to stamp in Memento. We're going to do thanks a bunch. You guys need a thank you card, right? Hi, Susan. Okay, I'm going to go a little up from the corner. There we go. So we'll do it and you will see at the end, because the white's pretty, it's clean. So I don't mind the white, but we can just see them. You can just see how it goes. Okay, put some dimensionals on the back. I would normally use probably 2 more dimensionals, but it's okay. I'm working through my dimensional problem. And so we're just going to add this little piece here. What do you guys think? Don't you love how it just adds that little hint of extra definition? I just like it. And you can do this with any of your embossing folders and sponge daubers. It's just really cool. So, okay, we like it. Now, on our layers, we're going to adhere them with some Stampin' Dimensionals. This one's getting 4. And I know it's probably too many, but we're in it to win it, guys. Amanda says she always thinks of stamping sentiments on white. That's how I started too. I was like, you know, I think I'm going to do this background in white because I couldn't really find a green that I liked. And then I said, I don't know, I feel like it needs a little contrast. So, okay, so we're going to put these on with a mixture of Stampin' Dimensionals and glue because this is raised. So we're going to raise the ends and then we're just going to put a little glue in the middle to hold it in place. Just a little. It doesn't need that much. And then these are going to go to the edge of the card, which is kind of cool how it overlaps that layer. Just adds a little bit more texture and interest because that's what we're kind of focusing on in this video is lots of texture. And, oh, look, I got my paper to line up from the cut line too. After I stuck it down, I'm like, oh, I didn't even check that, but I did it. And now we'll see if you have any overhang, you can chop it off, but this actually looks good. So we're going to leave it. So here it is with the white background. Now we need to do some stamping. I have a layer for the inside of the card that's 4 by 5 1/4, and we're just going to leave this for now. I think that's backwards. Yeah. So we'll leave that for now, but we're going to do some stamping so I can show you how this hybrid embossing folder works. If you have never seen this before. So I find with this stamp set, because you are lining up images, the Stamparatus is going to be your best friend. This is the stamp positioning tool from Stampin' Up, and this just makes it super easy. So you can start with either the insides of the fruit or the outsides of the fruit, whatever floats your boat. I, by habit, like to do the outside first, so that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to do a color combo of Daffodil Delight and Flirty Flamingo. So this is going to be, I said, like a pink lemon. That's kind of what I'm going for. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says she's loving this card already. Good. I am glad. Well, if you're loving this card, you're going to love the club kit this month, so you might want to check it out. Oh, too high, because we are having fun. You guys, I love doing the club kits when we design them, and I can honestly tell you this Sweet Citrus kit is probably one of my favorites. I love these cards. They just make me so happy. I love this set. So we're going to stamp the outside first. Now, if you're not familiar with the Stamparatus, these are magnets. I just have them wrapped in washi tape, so I have a little handle on them. The only thing with these magnets is they don't play nice with each other. So if you get them too close, they're very strong and they will snap together. And if your finger is in the middle of that fight, your finger's going to lose. So keep that in mind. And sometimes they'll break. So you definitely want to be cognizant of keeping them apart from each other. Hi, Cindy. I'm watching you for the first time here in Hazen, North Dakota. Well, welcome. I lived in Grand Forks, North Dakota for 3 years. So I don't know where Hazen, North Dakota is though. What are you close to? And welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so what I like to do, I don't know if you noticed, is I like to put another ink pad on this stamp surface so it kind of keeps it flush. So when you're putting your ink on, you're not getting excess ink on the on the plate. Will you get excess ink on the plank? Yes, you will. If you're like me and sometimes you're just like crazy and you're just trying to stamp it real fast, you'll get ink on your plate. But putting that ink pad underneath, and it's just resting on it. Here, I realize that's off the camera. It's just resting on it. So it just kind of gives you a level surface. So now we're going to stamp. We're not using all of this fruit, but it's just easier than trying to not ink up one. So I think we're going to have an extra lemon in the end, and that's totally fine. Now, what also is cool about this is since we're holding this in place, if I maybe didn't get good ink coverage or I wanted it a little bit darker, I could stamp over it again and it'll line up perfectly as long as you don't move your paper. So if I wanted to get a little more ink transfer, I could do that. I'm actually pretty happy with this, so I am going to leave that. Uh-oh, I see, oh, the magnets. Ah, Cindy, you're 85 miles northwest of Bismarck. I know where Bismarck is. I've been to Bismarck a few times. So, okay, now I know where you are. Well, welcome. Okay, Patricia said that happened to a friend of mine. Her magnets broke, and Carol said same thing happened to her. Yeah, they're pretty intense, guys. Even when I wrap the washi around them, they're still pretty strong. So, but I like having the handle on the washi. Hi, Louise from the UK. Welcome. It's late for you, Louise. So I appreciate you joining today. Okay, so I'm just going to swap out my resting plate here, and we're going to stamp the insides in Flirty Flamingo. And I'll tell you, the alternate card I'm going to show you at the end uses a different color palette. And I think that one's closer to a grapefruit. So we're going to do Flirty Flamingo. And I have lined these up so that when I stamp, and I'm just putting pressure over the image, so when I stamp, it's filling them in perfectly. That's what I love about the Stamparatus. Famous last words, I always think I want a little more ink and then I overdo it. So I'm going to do just a gentle inking. Yeah, I need a little more there. That's going on the inside of the card, but these stamps are amazing. I can't even tell you guys. Oh, look what I did. Oh, see, this is why I can't just leave well enough alone, you guys. Hold on, I gotta get another piece of white cardstock. I'm gonna do this a lot faster this time because oh, I stamped it too hard. It's okay, though. It's okay. I could flip this over and re-stamp it, but sorry, I think I shook everything. But I'm just going to get a new piece of cardstock. Since I'm giving the card away, I'm like super particular about it. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to remake it after the video, so I'm just going to do it right the first time. I'm going to stamp the insides now first. Bugger. That one just wants to fight with me. Okay. I'm going to make the same mistake twice, you guys. I did it again. Oh, I inked it up too much. Darn it all. Hey guys, here's the thing. I'm not a perfect stamper. Guess what? I don't think any of us are perfect stampers. So I'm sure this happens in your craft room. I'm not going to stress out about it. I'm a pretty experienced stamper, but you know what, guys? I just think I need to put more pressure on it. This stuff happens. Ta-da. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop. Exactly. Krista says, thanks for sharing. As we all make mistakes and learn to fix. Exactly. You know, I used to stress out so badly when I'd screw up on these videos, and I just don't anymore because the reality is we all make mistakes in stamping. And guess what? I would say white cardstock is what I go through the most in my craft room because I'm constantly restamping. So we're just going to stamp our outsides again. Okay, I'm not worried about that. That lemon could use a little more ink, but we're just going to stop. All right. So, oh, I think, okay, 15 miles south of, okay, what is this? Sakakawea? Lake Sakakawea. I don't know where, I had never heard of that, oddly enough. but I'm going to look it up after this video. All right, we're good. I feel good about that. We're going to leave it. So let's talk about this hybrid embossing folder because I'm hyping it up and you guys are like, let's do it. So here we go. So this bundle comes with the stamp set and then the hybrid embossing folder. So you get the embossing folder and also the sweet citrus dies, and they're meant to work together. So let me show you. We have a little more stamping to do, but I'm going to do this step first. And then we just have to stamp some leaves and a flower. So this image lines up, oh, a little too top heavy. Hold on, where are my scissors? Here they are. We'll use that for our leaves and flower. And even though I did stamp on the back, I'm not too concerned about it because it kind of lined up perfectly with this one. So I think we're good. But you can see these images line up perfectly with these images on the embossing folder. So this is actually meant that you can cut and emboss at the same time. Okay, so cool, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to pop our die inside the embossing folder. Now, what I would recommend, since I mentioned we're not using the lemon, so I am going to put, I've actually never put washi tape in here, so I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to put washi tape to hold it, just because, to be really honest with you, I'm curious to see if this will work. I can't find the end of the washi tape. So I have never held it with washi tape. I've just used my hands, so let's see what happens here. So I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape to kind of hold it in place. Okay, guys? And we'll find out together if the washi tape works. I've done it without, but never with. Now, I'm going to line up my images, and you can see where the insides of the slice of the citrus are. It lines up with the embossing perfectly. So you just kind of line everything up and then hold your embossing folder closed. We'll check on this in a minute, and I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, I want to show you that you'll use your base plate and then you'll use your 3D embossing folder plate to do this. Okay, so that'll be your sandwich. And now I'm going to run it through off camera. See how our washi tape fared. And look, that's the back, don't look at that. In one pass, we were able to get them cut and embossed, so it adds this extra texture. I'm going to bring it up close. It adds extra texture, and you can kind of feel it on the slice, which I think is kind of cool. So I love that. And let's see how our washi tape did. I was worried it was going to be messy, but it's not, guys. So if you need to hold this in place with some washi tape, that works too. Like I said, it's the first time I tried it. And even our little lemon, he made it through okay. He's kind of raised there, so we're not going to use that. I'll save that for another project. But what do you guys think? Have you used the hybrid embossing folder before? It's just kind of cool, I think. It's just easy peasy. This is another great selling point for this kit, I think, because who doesn't want to do two things at the same time? That was like me this week. I wish I could do like 5 things at the same time. But I love this, and it fits in there nicely, and it's just one pass. So it takes a little bit of getting used to for the first time you do it, but with some patience, and once you see it work the first time perfectly, you'll just love it, and it makes this set even more exciting, in my opinion. So hope you love that, and if you've never seen that in action, I hope that helped. Okay, we're gonna do a flower and a leaf, and we're gonna cut these with the small Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. My stomach is talking. So there's this little set of 3 flowers, and then there's a single flower, and I suppose I could probably use the single flower. I just had this on a stamp block already, so that's why I'm using that flower. But I'm going to use the big flower of the 3, so I guess I'm kind of wasting that a little bit, but I'll use those flowers on something else. I'm not worried. They'll find a home. Now, since we screwed up this paper, this can be our And I can still use these images are totally fine. That little half slice, that one's got issues, but these other ones, I can use them on something else, so I'm not concerned. I'm going to stamp in shaded spruce, and with this paper, full strength shaded spruce was too dark for me, so I stamped off once. So I'm going to stamp here. See how dark that is? And then I'm going to stamp it again. You guys, I am just not having a good time. I'm going to need a piece of paper. Live stamping. Some days I can hit it every time, and other days, today's not that day. Okay, we're going to stamp off once, and I'm not going to push super hard because I got a little ink in the middle there. It's better. So when this dries, it's a little bit more kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit not as a crisp of an image. You can do a couple things to fix that. And I use the light shaded spruce Stampin' Blend, and I just kind of went over it a little bit. I'm not taking the ink all the way to the edges. If you don't want to do this step, you don't have to, but I felt like it gave it a little bit more of the color I was looking for. It's just the green in this paper was kind of tough to match up, but I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom because I'm covering those up. But if you wanted to, you could kind of smooth it out a little bit with your Stampin' Blend, or it's just fine stamped off. Like, this is actually a pretty decent stamped off image. If I didn't mess up the middle, I would have just left that as is, but that one wasn't stamped as nicely. But it's just a little dark. So we're going to cut these out. Oh, I have ink on the back, but you know what? Let's just, no, we're just going to leave it as is. No more stamping. No more stamping. When you're riding the struggle bus stamping, you just don't make it complicated. That's what I've learned. So, you grab a Post-it. Krista says, wow, love it. That hybrid embossing folder is the coolest, isn't it? I know. This set is so much fun. Oh, we need dies. All aboard the Hot Mess Express. All right. Another thing I love about this die set is you get 2 sets of the flower trio, 2 of the big flower and 2 leaves. So guess what? If you're stamping multiples, you can get more done. So that's another reason I love this bundle. I have to put these on magnets. That tape isn't really holding anything anymore. I've used them so much. Okay, I'm going to hold these in place with some washi tape. Not washi tape. These are Post-it notes. It's okay. You come here for the entertainment, right? No, I'm kidding. You come here for someone to teach you how to stamp. No, not teach you how to stamp, but give you creative inspiration, and I'm just a mess. So, anywho, I hope you like it. Even though I'm a little bit crazy today. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Someone's snoring. I have a snoring dog in the background. Okay. So I'm just holding those in place, and we're going to run them through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh my word. The crunchy sounds of the cut and emboss machine. All right. We'll hold on to those baby flowers. Heck, maybe we'll pop one inside. We've got extra. We'll use them. And I know that looks weird because it's not colored all the way down. It's okay. It's all going to come together, just like we covered up that oopsie with the ink. We're going to make it work. Let me toss these somewhere that they'll get lost because that's how it goes. Now, let's put it together. All right. So we're going to save some of that for the inside of the card. There's also these little guys that will stamp the insides of the flowers. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm scared to stamp anything else. I'm just going to color the inside of this one. Since I'm going to add it on the inside, I'm going to color it with a Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend. So that one's done. We'll save those for the inside, and I'll save that for something else. So let's get going. We're going to put our big fruit slice on the card right about here. And then we're going to go in. I'm going to use half of a Stampin' Dimensional, and before that glue dries, I'm going to tuck the leaf under. So I'm just going to put a little dimensional here, And before the glue completely dries, just kind of tuck it under here, and then that dimensional will help. Oh, put it up a little too high. The dimensional will help hold it in place. Ta-da! Okay, and then this other half of the Stampin' Dimensional I'll put on the flower. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. Okay, so we're just going to pop the flower on here to kind of cover. And then this half lemon. I just like that there's so many options for the fruit. And you could do lemons, limes, grapefruits, oranges. It's just so much. And then, of course, like pink lemons. And oh, it's just like the possibilities are endless. And I am just going to... I have a little bit of ink in the center, but you know what? It doesn't really bother me. We'll just call it lemon juice. How's that sound? I'm trying to figure out how I like these angled, and I think I like it like that. Okay, boom. Now the inside, we are just going to, I'm not stamping anything on the inside. This is a thank you card, so we'll just leave it blank for the recipient to write a handwritten note. Pop this layer in. And again, if you want measurements and a supply list, this will go out in my email tomorrow to my subscribers. So make sure to check that out. Links in the description of the video. It's also here in the comments too. On Facebook. On Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description of the video. And we'll just pop in this little flower just for some fun. Just pop it in the corner. What do you think? Right? Just a little accent inside the card. And then the last thing we need to dress this up is some bling. And we're going to use the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So I'm going to use a, I think I used a small, I used a small one in the center of the flower. So we'll use that medium over there. I always have to do my embellishments in odd numbers. So we'll do one in the center of the flower, and then 2 in the corner just to accent. And guys, that's it. This card doesn't need ribbon. I think it's perfectly cool because what we're focusing on is the texture. So you've got this fun texture that we inked up, texture on the fruit. It's just kind of cool, and it has lots of dimension too. So love that. Now, here's the test. Side by side, which one do you like better? White or soft seafoam? I am curious. I want to hear some feedback now that you can see them side by side. I don't like, I don't like either. No, I don't dislike either is what I meant to say. I think they're both pretty in their own right. I just kind of like the depth that the soft seafoam gives, but you give me an opinion. There's no right or wrong answer here. I'm curious just to see what you think. So I'll leave that there for a second, and then I'm going to show you the alternate color palette. I know Facebook's on a little bit of a delay. Ah, Linda says white. Sometimes when you see them side by side, it makes the decision easier. Kelly says white. Cindy says white. Sonia says white. So I guess the side by side comparison is what's sealing the deal here. Carrie says she likes both. And that's the thing. I think you could, make one of each. I mean, I think that they're kind of fun. You can love both, prefer white, like the white better than the seafoam. Carol says soft seafoam is easier on the eyes. That was kind of my thought process too. I felt like this was a little bit bright, but it depends on your preference. So anywho, there's 2 ideas of what you can do with that background panel. So I don't know, different strokes for different folks, guys, whatever you prefer. Now let's look at an alternate color palette. I'll really confuse you. No, I'm kidding. So here are the 2 that we did. Now let's look at it with a different pattern in this paper. I don't know if I'm off camera. I think I'm okay. This is Highland Heather, and Highland Heather for the base, and the same thing, we did the shading in the background to kind of make that a little bit more pronounced. Now this is done with another pattern of that paper. the Dandy Designs paper. This is more of a grapefruit, and it is stamped in, I never remember the name of this color. It is the only color that I struggle with remembering. Pale papaya. And I know why I can't remember it, because it's really hard to say. So this is pale papaya for the skin. And then this is the Flirty Flamingo, which actually looks a little closer to Calypso Coral, don't you think? And then Calypso Coral for the flower, and this is Old Olive for the leaf. So again, some different options to use the paper, and you could really use any designer paper that you have that has some bright, fun colors that would work with the citrus. We just chose the Dandy Designs because, you know, it's perfect in my opinion, and I'm not ready for it to retire. So I'm not ready for it to go away. So that's why we did it for club. So yay, so you guys like them. So what do you think? Just a couple different options, right? And I love the layout of this card with the dimension, the texture. I just think it's kind of cool. So anyway, I hope that inspired you today. If you don't have the Sweet Citrus, give it a look because it's really fun. If you want some more project ideas, sign up for club with me, guys. I'll send you some gorgeous projects. You'll get the bonus tutorial for this in club as well. It'll be with the others, so you'll have lots of creative inspiration. And yeah, so that's what I have for you today. So thank you so much. Cindy says she likes them all. Oh, I'm glad you all like them. Patricia says they're all pretty. Oh, good. And I'm going to go back and catch up on your comments because I know I missed a couple, but thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I hope you all have an awesome weekend out there. And if you're signed up for my emails, you'll get the project sheet for this card tomorrow. It'll go out probably tomorrow afternoon. And then there'll be more information about club in the email too, so you can check that out if you're looking for more info. Okay? All right, guys, have an awesome rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you get some creative time in out there. And happy stamping, guys. I'll see you next Friday on Facebook Live. Bye-bye.